to be a good gig on Tuesday. Fantastic CDs to be won. You can enter our competition. We've got another very bad accent for you this week. What are you doing,
Sorry,
Joe?
I was just clearing my nose with a sniffle. Keep going, though. It's good.
Don't clear your nose on the radio.
Oh, bit of a loogie.
That's
on
revolting.
the boil.
You're a revolting
I'm just trying to counteract
person.
your, rather, yeah, it was good, but, spiel about what's coming up in the show. Just trying to balance it with something earthy.
So, Joe, you realise we're on the radio. You realise that it's like a radio programme we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
just checking.
Sorry,
I bumped
no one's
into your
listening.
dad on the way to the tube station today.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's not what he told his lawyer.
He didn't want to chat. I'm pretty sure he was avoiding my gaze as I was walking down the street. But then I got him just at the last minute and said, "Hello," and he said, "Oh, hello. You're off to the radio station, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, better let you go." And that was it. But he says hi, I think.
Well done, Dad.
Yeah, well done. No, that's
Yeah.
good. I like someone who can handle an encounter.
You would have started talking to him about the return of Dirty Den.
About the return of Dirty Den?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. If I'd worked for Heat magazine, I might, but as I'm a normal person, I wouldn't. And you went to see Kill Bill. You've had a movie-packed week.
I've had a showbiz packed week, Adam.
Kill Bill,
Yeah.
and the early screening of the new Shaun of the Dead film, an early cut, the new
I've
zombie
seen
film,
Shaun of the Dead.
which is made by the people who made Space, Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, and we'll be talking about that later on. But first, music. Is this Oasis?
Hope not.
Shut up.
That's the Oasis, and Stop Crying Your Heart
I'll stop
Out.
crying my heart out when they stop singing lovely songs. They're my favourites.
Joe was going to be unkind about Oasis. and
What's wrong with that?
Brian, the producer, just...
Why are you stopping me from...
Waved at him.
Adam loves them. I don't like them. That's good balance. You love them, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, they're very good.
There we go. So, it's exciting news for people who eat at Mickey Donald's this week.
Mike Donald's.
Mike Donald's restaurant. Because I ate there this week.
Did you?
Yeah.
You know, it's, yeah, what did you eat?
I ate chicken strips.
Chicken
They
strips?
tasted like cabbage.
Oh.
It was, they've got Mickey D's in hospitals now.
Did they really?
Yeah, they've got, that's the way they do catering in hospitals. They have branches of Mickey D's. Well, when you just go into any Mickey D's now, it's sort of like being in a hospital, a mental hospital.
Yeah.
In that the only people who eat there are mental.
Yeah, well, that's kind of true. It depends which branch you go into.
Well, I was in Victoria Street, where we used to bunk off school and go and have breakfast at McDonald's when we were at school years ago, but they've refurbished it now. It's got the McCafe and stuff like this. Anyway, to cut to the chase, when I got...
Sorry, do you like this music?
Well, what is it? It's from something, isn't it?
It's from a deodorant commercial or something.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, I
anyway,
don't. I hate it.
Didn't mean to put you off.
It's rubbish. Oh, so I was at McDonald's and then I got served my food, and you know the piece of paper on the tray that always has an exciting advert on it. Well, it's got this amazing new promotion, and lo and behold, it's in all the magazines today. It's a message from Andrew Taylor, the chief executive of McDonald's restaurants, and he's announcing that it's everyone's chance to view a side of McDonald's restaurants that customers have rarely had the chance to see before. From October the 18th to the 30th, you can step behind the counter to watch our busy kitchen staff in action. Full stop. This man actually wrote that sentence. As part of our new Open Doors programme, you'll be able to, among other things, take a closer look at the equipment we use to the 100 safety checks that we make daily in every McDonald's restaurant across the UK.
Shut up, that's not really
No, this is true. And this is announced by a full-page advert in all the magazines this week, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 photos of behind the scenes at McDonald's, including a toilet door, the bottom of a door, a steel cupboard, a cooker, and a no entry sign. What is going on there? And it says at the bottom, the Golden Arches logo and the words, "I'm loving it," are trademarks of McDonald's. So they've now copyrighted the phrase, "I'm loving it."
No, they can't have that.
No, they've done it, mate. And not only that, but they're inviting you to see behind the scenes.
What's Dermot O'Leary going to do if they've copyrighted "I'm loving it"?
He's going to have to pay McDonald's a lot of money.
Flippin' heck.
So let us know if you're going to take them up on that offer. They used to do kids' parties where you could go behind the scenes and go inside the big freezer.
Well, that's not good for kids, though, is it?
Well, some kid, I think, in Atlanta got locked inside the freezer and nearly died.
Well, that's bound to happen.
Yeah, I might get... Yeah. Not sure that really happened. I think it happened. Might be an urban myth.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah,
so
if
that's
anyone-
exciting news for McDonald's fans. You can see behind the scenes.
If anyone takes the behind-the-scenes tour, we'd love to hear about it. I guess it's just generally about people's obsession with all things real. Maybe they think that it's going to be some kind of crazy reality-type show if they go. I mean, it's going to be like real life, I suppose.
Well, it's just going to be people cooking burgers on cookers.
Yeah, so underpaid, you know.
But I suppose not flobbing on them.
No, exactly. Well, people will be marveling at the high standards, I suppose.
Yeah, the fact that they're not being flobbed on visibly.
Yeah, and there's no rats or anything involved.
Yeah.
People will be really knocked out by
Yeah.
that. Well, that's interesting. Let's hear some more music now. This is Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros with Coma Girl. You're listening to Adam and Joe on XFM. We're filling in for Ricky and Stephen.
Hello, this is Adam and Joe, filling in for Ricky and Steve on XFM. One London's 104.9. This sounds pre-recorded, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was
Hello.
amazing.
Hello, hello.
That was your kid's TV voice.
Hello. It's Ad and Joe in Da Bungalow.
In Da Bungalow. So we're just spending a few minutes at the top of the show here, talking about interesting things we've seen in print this week.
In magazines.
In magazines. Joe was intrigued by the invitation to go behind the scenes at McDonald's.
Can you imagine? Wow.
Wow. I was intrigued by... Actually, this was pointed out to me because I don't actually read the Sunday Times.
Well, you don't actually read.
I don't really read. But someone told me that I should check out the bit at the end of the Sunday Times magazine. It's a life in a day where, you know, a person talks about a typical day of theirs. And last week it was author Jan Martel, 40 years old, who won the 2002 Booker Prize
for Life of Pi.
Life of Pi, correct. Have you read that?
I haven't. I've looked at the cover and the back cover, and yeah, so in a way I have.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing.
What does he say then?
Well, he's kind of a ponce, and he lives in Montreal, in Canada.
Ponce.
And he's just a bit of a nonce.
He's a nonce as well.
No, he's not a nonce, because
That's bad, isn't it?
That's bad, isn't
it? Oh, dear.
He says, among the things he says that stand out are, he talks about food. I listened
What does nonce mean?
It's a kiddie fiddler.
Okay. I thought it was just someone who sung to the coppers.
Nah.
All right.
Leave the nonsense.
Keep going.
So Jan says, stop giggling. I listen to music while I'm eating lunch. I should do a voice for Jan.
Yes. Well, he's Canadian, so he speaks really, really oddly. I met a Canadian guy this week. They do speak very strangely.
Go on,
like
how
in
do they
South
speak?
Park. You know, I can't do it. It's very, very
Oot.
odd.
They say oot.
Yeah, it's very
boot.
strange.
Well, I can't do that. Anyway, so he says, food doesn't interest me, though I eat properly to be healthy. But in the West, we eat much more than we need. I drink lots of water, but I've never touched alcohol. I find getting drunk disgraceful. It's fine for a special occasion, but always on a Saturday night, that's profoundly sad. There are things in life that elevate you, such as relationships, art, and travel, but alcohol and drugs degrade you. God, I sound censorious, but they really do. Do you agree with that, Joe?
Yeah, but that's the point of alcohol and drugs, isn't it?
To get degraded.
Yeah, he's missed the point.
Later on, he says, in the afternoon, I'll work if I feel like it, or go to a yoga class. A while back, I did it every day. I like being in my body. It's a book we borrow temporarily.
What?
He likes being in his body. What? He says it's a book we borrow temporarily, so we should use it while we have it. It's about facing up to your own mortality, knowing we're here for a short time and making the most of it.
That's a good voice. It's not Canadian, but he probably talks like that.
I think he probably does. And then later on he says, in the evenings I'll meet friends. Writing is an isolating experience, and I'm not very social by nature, so I make an effort to go out, maybe see a film or some contemporary dance. I love everything from art house films to the latest James Bond.
Oh, how very, very dangerous and experimental.
The latest James Bond. Have you seen the latest James Bond?
No.
Oh, it's rubbish.
It's degrading.
It's degrading. I got so drunk when I saw it. It didn't make any sense to me
James
at all.
Bond is a video that we borrow.
Because I'm single, he continues, I mainly eat out at the same kind of vegetarian places where I get my lunch. I'll go home and shower. I love standing beneath hot water.
I can arrange that.
And then, after I've stood beneath hot water, which I love to do, I crawl into bed. And that is a day in the life of Jan Martel, a ponce. Joe, why are you playing this?
I'm not controlling the desk. That was just a musical sting to add punch to the end of your riff.
I was so pleased with myself as well. I thought,
What was that, anyway?
I don't know. What was it?
Adam's fault.
You guys, have you got any ideas?
Adam's fault. Adam's fault.
It might be really good. Listen. Yeah. Wow, this is amazing. Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
To go to the ad break. Come on.
Okay, sorry.
I've seen many strange things already. Bloody wolves chasing me through some blue inferno.
Through some blue inferno.
That was last week's Bad Accent. We got another Bad Accent competition coming up very, very, very soon, so stay tuned. You can win what, Adam?
You could win tickets to see the Sleepy Jackson. They're going to be playing at the Astoria on Tuesday, and it's sure to be a very good gig. Everyone's excited about Sleepy Jackson.
It's Adam and Joe filling in for Ricky and Stephen on XFM. We've been going through the weirdest stuff we've seen in magazines this week.
So I've got some kind of jazzy commercial-sounding music now.
Yeah. An advert for a new fragrance for men. It's called Higher Energy, and it's by Dior. And there's posters for it all over London on bus stops and on the back of a lot of magazines today. For instance, on the Independent on Sunday magazine. And it's a male model, reasonably attractive bloke. Lisa, you're a lady? Yeah, he's all right, isn't he? Looks a bit like a sort of young wino.
I think he's fantastic.
He's stubbly, he's got long hair, he's looking angry and thick. And he's got a white shirt on, and it's open. And the thing about this advert is he's got a nipple exposed, and it's tiny.
Tiny nipples.
It's the tiniest man nipple I think I've ever seen. And what's more, it's too far over to his right, the viewer's left. This isn't very good radio, is it? But keep an eye out for it in the street. It's a Dior advert. Tiny, tiny nipple man. Tiny. How big are your nipples?
Well, they're bigger than that, but you're obsessed by nipples.
I'm not obsessed by nipples.
I've noticed that you talk about them a lot more than normal people do.
Well, it's because we were going to do a thing earlier in our run, because someone said there's a sort of golden mean, an absolute average for nipple distribution.
Yeah.
It was when we were in Japan. It's something like the distance between your nipples should be the same as what? I'm going to have to think about this and come back to it. But
it's the distance between your nose and
the nape of your neck.
And yeah,
there's some sort of the perfect attractive. If your nipples are the right distance apart, you are going to be amazingly attractive. It's something like your finger span or something, is it? So if you extend your hand from thumb to index finger, you can touch both nipples.
That doesn't work.
I'm going to think about this and come back to it. It's a great subject because everyone's got them. That's the thing about my radio work. It really embraces everybody. Subjects like that.
Well, yeah, we'd love to hear from maybe doctors or beauty specialists, anyone who knows the answer to that question. Is there an ideal distance between nipples?
You know, you can email us at adamandjoe@xfm.co.uk, Adam ANDJoe at xfm.co.uk, and I read all your emails. I'm like the chick on the Matthew Wright show on Channel 5 who sits in the box with the headphones on.
Yeah, the right stuff.
The right stuff, yeah. I'm like that chick. I read all the emails. So if you want to send any personal messages to me, Joe, the good-looking one,
you're not that you're not as perky.
Email in.
Did you go and see Agent Cody Banks with those girls that emailed you the other day?
No, I don't remember that email. I would have been up for that.
That was filthy, man. They emailed us and I can't even talk about what they said, but they said, if you're up for it, let's go and see Agent Cody Banks. Well, I saw you writing down their number.
I did not write down their number.
Well, listen, after this, we're going to be having our mystery accent competition, and if you can guess the actor, the accent, and the film, then you will win tickets to see Sleepy Jackson.
Can't believe I missed a chance to see Agent Cody Banks.
Wrote the number down, man. Just find it. It's in your pocket.
That sounds like sort of OAPs. That does.
OAPs
singing while they wait for their hair to be done. And then trying to dignify it with some Zitars.
Zitars, Catherine Zitars. OAPs would be a good name for Oasis when they get older.
Yep.
So anyway, Bad Accents. Thanks for the support.
I said yep.
Joe.
What more do you need?
We've
had no emails. Come on, please email us. adamandjoe@xfm.co.uk. That's not true. We haven't had no emails, but we just haven't had the huge rush that I thought would happen when I gave the address out.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Ooh, touche.
who was the touche? Well, who was the person that we cut off? The record that we cut off before?
Okay, we have had an email about that. It was Watermelon by the Boxer Rebellion. You played it accidentally and then ruthlessly cut it off, and one listener is a big fan of it.
Well, I'm really sorry, Gina. It was my incompetence, and I'm sure it's excellent, and maybe one day we'll play it again. But listen, it's bad accent time. If you want